The best ideas are always the simplest and the most elegant. I think Chris has really got something here. I love the idea of using sunlight to terraform Mars. His solution is economical and efficient. First, I built giant mirrors with onboard computer systems and rockets that could keep them in position in orbit around Mars. The sunlight they bounced back at the poles would melt the frozen ice water and release carbon dioxide on the surface to thicken the atmosphere and warm the planet. It's a great idea, but it's an engineering nightmare.
To you for your consideration, the Starship.
First, I'm going to fuel my Starship with antimatter.
100% conversion of matter into energy.
Nothing else gives as much bang for your buck. But I'll use antimatter engines, not an antimatter sail. I'll shoot beams of antimatter into a chamber where it will annihilate matter, creating huge explosions. I'll direct the blast out of the chamber, creating massive amounts of thrust. We'll soon reach 50% of the speed of light. Out in the vacuum of space, we're totally on our own. If the engines malfunction, there's no backup. So my Starship also has vast solar sails. They're blindingly bright as they capture the energy of the sun.
The sail, in principle, could be hundreds of miles across. It's made out of very special plastic, metallic fibers.
All the life support systems we need are in the rotating donut-shaped capsule.
Weightlessness is no Sunday picnic. So what are we going to do? Spin the spacecraft.
We don't even feel as if we're spinning, but thanks to the rotation, the crew live in Earth-like gravity, and so stay healthy right through the 40-year journey.
Next, we have a force field. We have to have a force field around the spacecraft to protect you from micrometeorites.
50 million miles out, we must traverse the deadly asteroid belt, where hundreds of thousands of pieces of debris are hurtling through space. Anything bigger than a pinhead could prove fatal. But our force field does its job, and we survive unscathed to continue man's first Star Trek.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very proud to present to you the world's first workable time machine. So the question is, how would we do it? Listen carefully.
First, my design needs a black hole with a wormhole at its center.
The wormhole is a shortcut through the fabric of space and time, connecting one point with another point.
Then I need to somehow stabilize the wormhole so my spaceship can fly through without being crushed to nothing. I need something that will counteract the effect that matter has on space-time. I need negative matter. How would such a substance behave?
It wouldn't fall down, it would fall up. It has anti-gravitational properties, so it'd be repelled from the Earth. So in outer space, there are fragments of negative matter left over from the beginning of the universe.
For a standard-sized spaceship to pass through, you need a chunk of negative matter the size of a planet. I'll track one down in deep space and hollow it out so that my ship fits inside. Because it's the opposite of normal matter, it will be repelled by the gravitational pull of my spacecraft, which means that it won't crush or destroy the ship.
And then you allow yourself to fall right into the black hole. Negative matter holds the gateway open long enough so that you can go right through without being crushed to death.
In an instant, I'll have traveled back in time.
We're going to create a gateway, a portal to a parallel universe. To open a portal, the physics requires fabulous amounts of energy.
To generate it, I'll build an atom smasher 500 million miles long, constructed around the asteroid belt of our solar system. To activate my Stargate, I fire twin beams of particles in opposite directions towards base stations.
Here's where we have enormously powerful magnetic fields. Magnetic and electric fields bend the particles as they whip around the asteroid belt.
The accelerated beams are gradually bent into an elegant orbit around the sun by a succession of bases.
So we have two beams going like so in opposite directions, making multiple passes, getting faster and faster and faster until they finally collide.
The collision sparks an explosion of energy so powerful it actually rips a tiny hole in the fabric of space.
To stabilize it, we have to inject something called negative matter.
This also makes the opening wider so it forms a wormhole. I can now send my payload through the gateway.
We're going to inject tiny little molecular robots.
I will have already programmed these robots with all the information necessary to seek out habitable planets and construct a new me on the other side.